The movie industry is dying and no one's going to theaters anymore because y'all ain't giving us anything worth watching. I swear to God that these studio executives have to be the dumbest people on the entire planet. I got a crazy idea. How about another superhero movie? Because apparently we don't have enough of those. How about instead of a superhero movie, we just rehash a 15-year-old IP because we can't be bothered to think of something original? That's not a bad idea, but I'm pretty sure the people actually want an endless stream of cash grab sequels. These are pretty good ideas, but you guys are wrong. What the people really want is Kevin Hart and The Rock. Again. Don't even get me started on CGI. Okay, Transformers 2 came out 16 years ago, and I still haven't seen anything even come close to looking that good since. Also, what happened to low-budget comedies? I am begging any studio out there, pick 10 comedians, give them $20 million each with no rules, and tell them to make you a movie. I bet you 3 of them at least gross $100 million. But everyone's too woke for comedy. How would you know? I literally can't remember the last comedy movie that actually came out in theaters. I'm not talking action and drama with some comedy sprinkled in there. I'm talking just a pure comedy movie. Where is the Adam Sandler or the Seth Rogen or the Wayans brothers of this generation? These guys used to take $5 million, touch a camera, and turn it into 9 figures with cultural significance. Also, everyone is depressed right now, so do not tell me there's no market for comedy. Stop telling me the movie industry is dying when we are all watching you morons actively strangle it with a belt made out of Mickey Mouse ears. Breaking news, it turns out that Luigi Mangione cannot be the adjuster. He actually has an alibi. He was squatted up with me and the boys on OG Fortnite a couple nights ago, so I don't even think he could have been in New York, you know? In all seriousness, the situation just got way crazier. Like, first of all, if the rumors are to be true, of course it was some old head that decided to turn him in. I think we all knew that if he was going to get caught, it wasn't going to be because of someone under the age of 40. Like, what's one more thing the older generations could ruin for us, right? And here's the deal. There is a 99.9% chance that it is Luigi. He was caught with the ghost gun, a silencer, multiple fake IDs, including the one that was used at the hostel, a manifesto. He just turned 26, and he's got a pretty serious history of medical issues and back pain. Although I would argue the back pain comes from carrying this entire country for the past couple of days. But some of this is a little weird, so bear with me because I'm gonna put the conspiracy cap on. Luigi is a smart dude. He was valedictorian of his prep school, he went to UPenn, and if it is him, he orchestrated one of the most elaborate pew-pewings that the US has ever seen. But you're also telling me that somehow this dude wasn't smart enough to do the #1 thing that every true crime podcast, TV show, documentary, book, or movie tells you to do, which is get rid of the evidence. Burn it, throw it in a wood chipper, tie it to a cinder block, and chuck it in the ocean. You were smart enough to get rid of the jacket, but dumb enough to keep all of the evidence that could actually incriminate you? That almost seems too convenient. And conspiracy cap back off. Like I said, there is a 99.9% chance that it is probably the gorgeous Guido. So at this point, I only have one question left. Who's got the GoFundMe link for his bail money? I've got a fun new conspiracy. What if all those drones that are flying over the US that the government doesn't know about are actually aliens and they're just kind of waiting for their time to land and be like, hey, how's everybody doing? So my name is Zixlock and that's my boy Glibgork. Yeah, so we're both from Omicron Persei 4. It's about 942 million light years in that direction. Either way, the reason we dropped in today was we've been seeing a lot of people on that thing that y'all call the internet talking about how you would be happy if a couple of us aliens, super offensive term by the way, would drop in and try like running things for a while. And we just want to know, was that a legit offer or were you guys joking? Because Glibgork wrote a whole 5-year plan and I've got a ray that cures cancer. So like if y'all are willing to give it a try, we're happy to give it a shot. Speaking of shots, someone needs to tell the Southern State to stop popping them at us. We are just trying to do geological surveys for a hyperlight rail. All right, guys, so I'm gonna lock in Cloak and Dagger, and after that, I'm thinking we basically just need one more healer and then like maybe a tank or two. So if you guys could just auto-lock Punisher, auto-lock Hilla, auto-lock Moon Knight, auto-lock Hawkeye. Please, don't auto-lock Jeff. Yes, thank you, that's all I ever wanted, I am so happy. All right, sorry, misinput, relock Iron Fist. Son of a bitch! I can see that you like your personal space, but personally, that's gonna be a problem. I like to be the problem again, and again, and again, and again. Every single one of you is a problem, and I am sick of having to bring you problems back. I am hands down one of the best characters. Unless there's nowhere to sit and hide, then I'm gonna have a problem. I'm going to be the biggest problem for 90 seconds, and then I'll be worthless. I'm gonna be the biggest problem for the support on my own team. There are dozens of us problems. Dozens, I tell you! I don't have any material for this character. Does anyone even play Storm, nonetheless main her? I have like 15 hours in the game and I think I've seen her 3 times. I'd like to be somebody's problem at some point. You will never see me coming and I will hit you 12 times before you even know where I am. But the problem is I'm only gonna do 6 damage and then get 2 hit. I'm gonna be a problem in your spawn point exclusively. Look at me, I'm also a problem. No, you're not. I know. I am Groot. Things are getting bad, and you need to fix them. Yeah, I mean, I get that they're not great, but they aren't, like, that bad. You people are next. Who said that? Oh, please, God, don't do it. 15 years in federal prison! What is wrong with you? She started it, and you're making it worse! Well, she's a copycat. No, she's not! She's a mother of 3 with no criminal history that is getting screwed by the medical system. Well, she shouldn't have said that. She said 7 words! Yeah, but those 7 words are scary, so we're gonna charge her with terrorism. That won't deter anybody. All you're going to do is make people more mad. Well, we need to set an example. I just had a crazy idea, right? Hear me out. How about we set an example by addressing some of the underlying issues in our current medical system that are causing people to lash out? Yeah, nah, see, because that would require me to do my job, and I'm not a big fan of that. Oh my God, things are about to get so much worse. I'm sorry, what was that? Nothing, because apparently you might charge me for it. I'm gonna sit back and relax and deliver the problems directly to you. I'm gonna be a problem in Lucas's comments section for days on end and comment on every single video that he needs a part 3 to talk about Hawkeye mains because he didn't talk about Hawkeye mains, and apparently not talking about Hawkeye mains is blasphemous! Also, I'm gonna be a problem from like 20 yards out, but the second you get close to me, I am worthless. I might actually be the biggest problem when it comes to strategists, but I'm also convinced that there's only about 6 of us who know how to play this character. I might actually be the one group of mains in this entire game who can play well and aren't consistently a problem. I'm a goated character. The problem is most people don't have the skill level to use me. I'm gonna be the problem over here. Now I'm gonna be the problem over here. Now I'm gonna be the problem over here. Now I'm gonna be the problem over here. Violence is never the answer. Exactly. Except for Thermopylae and the Third Servile War, which was also coined as Spartacus' slave rebellion, the Athenian Revolution, and the Theban Revolt. Okay, fine, but all those happened a while ago, so maybe it should be violence is never the answer, except for ancient civilizations. Yeah, violence is never the answer, except for ancient civilizations. And the French Revolution and the Russian Revolution and the American Revolution, you know, actually pretty much every revolution ever required a lot of it. And in fact, our entire country was basically founded on the idea that it was the answer. Okay, fine. Violence is never the answer except for ancient civilizations and revolutions. Yeah. And... oh, okay, I think we finally got it, right? Violence is never the answer except for ancient civilizations, modern day civilizations, basically any civilization in between, revolutions achieving democracy, stamping out fascism and or dictatorship, civil rights, labor laws, child labor laws, fair wages, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, the ability to unionize, and in self-defense. Does that seem like we got everything? You know, I'm starting to think it might be the answer. No, violence is not the answer and we do not condone or support it. But historically, it has worked pretty well. This right here, 2019, I am telling you right now, this is my year. Okay, so maybe last year wasn't my year, okay? But you know what? I'm calling it right here, right now. 2020 is Lucas's year. This year is all mine. All right, so I think we're all in agreement that last year wasn't anybody's year. Like, that was just bad through and through. I mean, I don't think anything good even happened. But, on the bright side, can only get better from here. Okay, so things didn't really get any better. They also didn't really get any worse. They kind of just like plateaued at a yikes and then didn't really go anywhere. Also, why are things still so expensive? I thought they were going to be working on that. Apparently not. But you know what? I'm going to call it. This year is our year. This year is going to be filled with anxiety. I'm talking like 24/7, like a concerning amount. You guys too, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel depressed. Like, this can't be it, right? This isn't a healthy mindset. Okay, you know what?
This year, we're going to focus on personal growth. This year, we're going to rehab. I mean, I did not see that coming. I mean, I probably should have seen that one coming. Did you guys see that one coming? No? Really? Damn, I was good. That's not a healthy thought. Either way, right? Personal growth. I think I'm actually starting this year off pretty strong. It might be my year. I mean, so far, this is just Sprite in my cup. Like, I'm doing pretty good. Did you guys know people drink this without tequila in it? I mean, this is solid. Hey, why is everything still so expensive? Last year was actually really good for me, and I know I say this every year, but I think this year might actually be my year. And even if it's not, there's always next year. Happy New Year's.
Kendrick just dropped, and no, this is not a drill. And no, this isn't some meme about like, oh, Kendrick dropped and the beef is back on. No. Kendrick actually just dropped. Whole new album out of nowhere. It's called GNX, and it's 12 tracks long. Run to Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal for you weirdos who can't seem to let that go. Genuine question, are you guys okay? Is this like a personality thing? Like, do we need to talk about? Also, Kendrick, what's going on, man? No marketing, no promo, just raw dog it on the upload button and give everyone a heart attack. Like, look, we know you're the GOAT, all right? We know that you know that, we know that you know that you're going number one either way, but it's kind of like showing up to my house unannounced. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy you're here, but at the same time, I did have things to do today. And now the rest of my day needs to be about this. So, like, next time, maybe a phone call first would have been kind of nice. And look, I already know I'm about to get a million comments and DMs about, oh, look, the dude who's known for glazing Kendrick is still glazing Kendrick. And all I have to say is at least I'm known for glazing my goat, and my goat isn't known for glazing minors. Now, please excuse me as I go put on this album and enjoy it for the next 48 hours straight.
All right, what does everybody want to do? I'd like to cast Fireball. Are you sure about that? Because you're only in like a 10 by 15 foot room right now. I'd like to cast Fireball. Okay, but just to remind you, all 3 other party members are in there with you, and there's only one enemy. Oh, I'm sorry, did I ask about the consequences? Well, no, but then I'd like to cast Fireball. Okay, next time, nobody gets to choose chaotic neutral.
Women perplex me, because on one hand they'll be like, no, I cannot watch that scary movie because that is too scary. But on the other hand, they'll be like, why yes, I did just finish all 11 hours of that brand new true crime podcast that details a horrific and grisly quadruple homicide that happened only 6 blocks away from where I currently live 3 weekends ago, but I'll have you know that it only made me slightly horny.
I mean, this is amazing. You're telling me that every single movie or TV show that I would ever want to watch is on here, and it'll only cost me $8 a month? Alrighty, so tonight we can either watch an amazing and original TV series that'll definitely get canceled after the first 2 seasons. We could also watch a comedy movie from the early 2000s that both of us have seen a million times. We could also watch a reality TV show where we hate everybody on it and it will make us depressed. Or we can watch How I Met Your Mother. Again.